In here, this is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. I think I'm a little early and I'm not exactly sure what you guys are seeing on the screen yet because it's not showing me. So I'm trying to make sure that my video, I never know where to place my mat and how to move stuff around, so bear with me as I learn, right? There's a little bit of a delay from what I see and what you guys see, so I definitely want to get everything in screen, and hopefully you guys are just seeing my mat right here, so that would be awesome. All right, so let's just talk about a couple things. If you have arrived, let me know you're here. Just put in the comments hi and where you're from. That would be awesome. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. So you will click underneath the picture if you don't have it expanded large. There's a little like hand with a thumb up. You're going to click that for me. And then you can save this video. You can also share it. So if you click the share button, it won't take you out of here. You can actually share it while we are talking. And you can either share it to your Pinterest and throw it up there. There's lots of ways to share my video. So when you click it, YouTube will give you all your options. And you can share it to YouTube, or you could, I mean, not YouTube, Facebook, or there's lots of options on there. Anyway, let's discuss the Perfect Partners options because September 30th is coming really quick. I don't know where these months go, but they go so fast. And it is just crazy, right? So this month's almost over. There's 6 stamp sets that were made without dies. And what they chose to do was they chose to make die sets to go with them. And only for the month of September can you get the dies that are a part of this. So the Apple Harvest stamp set now has dies. The Fresh Cut Flowers stamp set now has dies. The This Birthday Piggy now has dies. Waterfall Canyon has dies. Trimming the Tree, and Yeti to Party. So if you have purchased these stamp sets prior to the dies coming out, you can just purchase the dies. Or you can purchase the bundle if it's a stamp set that you haven't purchased and now you want to get both. When you purchase them as a bundle, you save 10%, so it's really the way to go. Hey Lou, thanks for joining us. If you've joined my live, please say hi and where you're from so I can say hi to you back. So anyway, if you've already purchased the stamp sets, you can just buy the dies, or if you like these stamp sets and you want to purchase the bundle or just the stamp set or just the dies, you can do that. On my website, if you type in Perfect Partners, you can get to that. If you go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com and click on Shop with Me, it'll take you to my online store. And when you get to the top of the store, you're going to choose Specials or New, and then the Perfect Partners are going to pop up there. So definitely check that out. World Card Making Day is fast coming upon us on October the 1st. It's World Card Making Day. And if you guys are signed up for my email newsletter, these things are going to come in those email newsletters as well as patterns for the projects that I make. So World Card Making Day, there's 3 bundles that you can purchase. They're going to do 1 project from each bundle. But this Warm Welcome bundle is super special because it's available in September, but it is a pre-order for our January to June mini. So that mini's not even live yet, and you can get a bundle from it. So if you could only pick one, that's the one I would pick, because that way you get it super early and it's a really fun set. So check that out. Don't forget that we are donating $3 from the purchase of each of the kits, Nourish and Flourish, to help end food scarcity. So check that out. It's in the mini catalog, and when you open, it's right here on page 5. So this is the bundle or the kit that you get, and you get this cute little lunchbox that's insulated, as well as enough projects to make 9 cards. So it's a kit. And speaking of kits, Paper Pumpkin's next kit is Christmas cards. 9 cards, 3 designs, 9 cording envelopes, classic Christmas colors, whimsical feel with this holiday season, and it's going to coordinate with the November Paper Pumpkin, which is called North Pole, and it is going to coordinate with that one, and those are going to be tags, so it's going to be really fun. I'm excited. This time of the year, September, October, November kits are always really fun, so check those out. And if you don't know how to go, if you go to my website and you click on Paper Pumpkin at the top, it'll take you to there and give you more explanation and how to sign up. And you can always send me a message as well. Hey, John, thanks for joining us. Hey, Cheryl, thanks for joining. So the kits collection is basically a kit. It includes everything you need: adhesive, inks, stamp, and it's portable. So it's great to take on the go. And you can make lots of awesome projects. The newest kit is the Christmas gift giving, which is a tag kit that also comes with gift card holders. So check that out. The one before that was a Christmas card kit, and this one has 12 cards. It's just one design, but you make all 12, and it's a super cute kit. We have the Best Remedy kit, which is a kind of a get well, fantastic little sentiments in there and adorable little critters. And then we have a scrapbooking kit called Love This Memory, which is perfect for any little trips that you took in the summer because it has bright summer colors. Now, coming up is our last week of weekly deals. So I have sent out in my newsletters 3 weeks of weekly deals. And if you're not subscribed to my email newsletter, go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com. If you're on mobile, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Underneath my picture, you're going to see where it says email newsletter. Fill that form out. It's going to send you an email to your inbox. You have to confirm that you do want the email subscription. And when you do that, starting on Thursday, you will get that. All of my free PDF patterns are included in that newsletter so that you can have access to those and lots more information. But weekly deals, Thursday is our last week. So it will start Thursday and it will end on the 28th. So don't miss out on the last week of weekly deals. We have some new logo wear. We have this cute little winter hat. See how cute it looks? And a plaid Stampin' Up mug. And this is what it looks like in someone's hand. I have a picture. There you go. So that is my announcements. If you are new to me and don't have a demonstrator and would like to choose me as your demonstrator, let me know. I can get you a current mini catalog. This catalog goes until the end of December. And I can get you an annual catalog, which goes till May of 2023. So just let me know if you would like to choose me as your demonstrator, and I'd be happy to do that. Hey, Mom. Hey, thanks for coming. Glad you guys are here. Go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you what we're making today. We're making this cute little treat. This is week 4 of Halloween treat packaging. I've had 4 weeks of Halloween, and I made this adorable little monster. And check out this eyeball. This is a gummy candy eyeball. And I got them at Costco. So I'm going to show you what the packaging looks like. See, they're all different colors of eyeballs. And they're individually packaged like this. Aren't they cool? I love them. They are a little creepy, but they're fun, right? So I was like, what am I going to do with these eyeballs? I have to make something really cute. Well, I made this little box, and the box was adorable. Don't get me wrong, but I wanted it to belong to a monster or something. And I just thought, oh, I could do a really cute little monster. So this is a new paper piecing pattern. And again, if you want the pattern, you need to be subscribed to my email newsletter. So go to my website, inkyhandswarmhearts.com. On mobile, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom under my picture. If you're on a computer, on the right-hand side of my website, there's a sidebar there. Again, there's a picture of me. And under that photo, you're going to see where it says email newsletter. You're going to click there and sign up. So I send email newsletters once a week. If Stampin' Up throws in some special promotion that we don't know about, you may get an extra one, but most of the time it's just once a week. But I'm going to teach you how to make this adorable little monster, and I'm going to show you. It opens up, and there is the little eyeball. So I'm going to show you how to make the insert and the box itself. And it just kind of sits there in that insert. And then you put the little tabs in, make sure that this little holder part is in the corner. And then you're just going to slide the sides into the black box and the front onto our box. And of course, I'm on camera, so it's going to be difficult, but it really closes pretty easy. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to attach our little monster to the top of our, isn't he cute? So here is the little eyeball. So for his hair, you can see it's kind of sparkly. I've used our in color glimmer paper, so that's what we're going to use for that. And then of course I've used the layering circles, my most loved. If I could only pick one shape die set, it would be this one. So if you don't own it, check it out. I'm wondering if Lee is here and she can't comment again because we never did get that worked out, Lee. So if you're here, I'm sorry if you can't talk, but hey. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to make him. So we need 2 pieces of basic black cardstock, and that's what's going to form our little box that's underneath here, okay? So the piece of basic black, I have 2 of them. I have one that's 6 1/4 inches by 3 1/2 inches, and then I have one that's 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. So we're going to start with the small one, get it out of the way. So 5/8 is just 2, and then you count all these little tick marks are 1/8. So I know it sounds intimidating when I talk in eighths, but it's really not bad. You can do it, guys. I know you can. So you're going to score this piece on all 4 sides at 3/8 of an inch. So 3/8 is 3 tick marks. This would be the 0, and you're going to count 1, 2, 3, and you're going to score. Oops, I used the wrong side. Sorry, my finger's in your way. I'm going to turn. 1, 2, 3. Score. Rotate. 1, 2, 3. And the last one. 1, 2, 3. All right, now that's what you're going to have. All 4 sides are 3/8 of an inch. So I'm going to put that to the side, and let's start with our long piece, which is 6 1/4. A quarter is 2/8. So 6 and 2 tick marks by 3 1/2, and half is 4/8, so 4 tick marks. So we're going to go down the long side first, which means the long 6 1/4 inch side is along the top of my Simply Scored tool, okay? So we're going to score at 3/4 of an inch. That's 6/8. You can count to 6, or you can find the halfway mark and go to the next taller little scratcher here. So this is 3/4 of an inch. 2 3/4 of an inch, 3 1/2 inches, and 5 1/2 inches. So that's down the long side. Now we're going to rotate our box, okay? And we're going to do 2 score marks. One at 3/4 of an inch. This is the short side, so it's the 3 1/2 inch side. So one at 3/4 of an inch. And one at 2 3/4 of an inch. So that's what that looks like. And it's completely symmetrical. You just have 2 squares and then these long rectangular pieces, okay? Now, that longer, bigger black piece is going to be our box. And this small little square piece is going to be our insert. So we want to use our bone folder, and we want to burnish on all the sides. All right, so there's our box. Let's burnish on all the sides of our smaller piece. And we are going to die cut the center, the hole that the little eyeball is going to peek through. So I've already die cut it onto the small piece, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and burnish this one because I've already die cut it, but I'll show you how I die cut it on this side. All right. So this is our eyeball, and it's going to line up with this center piece, or one of these. It doesn't matter which side you use because it's symmetrical, but one of these square pieces is going to be the top of the box, and we want the eyeball to pop out through there. So I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just going to mark the center of my box. And so you don't have to eyeball it if you don't want to. You could take your ruler. It's 2 inches, so we're going to go down 1 inch. Okay? So that I'm just going to mark that with a pencil. And then we're going to come in 1 inch from that 1 inch mark. And then that is the dead center. I'll erase my first eyeball. It was pretty close though. That's the center where we're going to die cut our piece. So I'm going to grab my mini machine. And we are going to run this through. Hopefully we won't have any issues. Because I didn't think about using the mini machine, but I hope it will fit. Yeah, it does. Okay, great. So we're going to use our plate number 1. Okay. We're going to use plate number 2. This is my well-loved plate. This is the one that it gets cut into. And we're going to put our piece on top. And then we're going to grab the second smallest, so this is the littlest, and this is the next smallest layering circle. So I'm just going to pull the dies out. So we're going to grab this one, and this is the size that fits that eyeball. And so there's my mark with my pencil, and I'm just putting that dot in the center of this circle. Okay, and when I'm happy with that I've found my center, which, you know, nothing is perfect in life, guys, so we're going to do the best we can. We're going to go ahead and put our number 2 plate, the next one. I'm going to put this on top. And I'm going to grab that die right there. I'm just going to hold on to it. I'm going to start cranking this through my machine. Okay, I'm going to hold to the top when I get to that die part because it needs a little extra pressure. And when I pull my machine up, there is my circle. There's the little pencil mark I made. Okay, so there is my box. So I'm going to close this guy up. I love how compact this mini machine is. We're going to put these dies away before I lose them. I would cry because I love this die set. And I'm going to put my little guy away. My mini boss, I call that. All right. So here is our box. I'm going to show you how to put it together. Okay. So we're going to start with the side that has the hole. Okay. This is the top of our box. This is the front flap. These are the 2 side flaps. And this is the bottom. This square here is our bottom. So this is how our box is going to fit. Okay. So we have to cut these sides so that they'll be flaps instead of one whole unit. So we're going to start here. I'm going to turn it sideways. And I'm going to grab my thick bladed scissor, and I'm going to come in on this score line till it meets that tall score line. See how it forms a tab? I'm also going to come in here where that mark is, and it forms a second tab. Let's go to the other side and do it again. Again, it meets to that square, and again here. This is the bottom. See these tabs? They form our box, but now we don't have tabs yet on the top, so it's not going to fold. So now we're going to do our front tabs here. So on this one, I'm going to angle cut just to miter that corner, and I want to take a little like triangular hunk out of there. And I just want to make sure that I cut that right. There we go. And I'm going to do another mitered on this corner and a straight cut right there. Okay. So far, so good. You guys following me? We're going to rotate. We're going to do the same thing here. All right. We're getting rid of this square. We don't need it. So it's going to get cut away. Okay. And we're going to miter this end. And we're going to miter this end. We're going to get rid of this square, just like we got rid of this one. I'm going to miter and get rid of it. So there's that one. And then we're going to come straight up this side. And we're going to miter this cut right here. So this is what you have left. I'm going to lay it down for you guys to see. Okay. That's what that looks like. Now on this piece here, all we're gonna do is cut the ends and flip to the opposite side and do the same thing on those score lines. And then this is gonna form our little piece that sits inside. Whoops, let me hold it. Grab that eyeball. It keeps falling out of my hands. You guys are so quiet. You must be really paying attention. So I'm gonna grab my little eyeball, and that's what's gonna sit right there. Okay, it's gonna sit inside this box, just like that. All right. So let's glue this together. I'm gonna put this here, so if you guys wanna grab a screenshot, I'm gonna throw away all my little scrap pieces. All right. Hopefully you got your screenshot. If not, you'll have to rewind. I did set this to a DVR, so we're good. Let's go ahead and glue all of our pieces together. So I'm going to start with the inner portion. So we're going to turn these little tiny tabs. I'm going to use my wet adhesive. And I'm going to put glue on both of these tabs here. Well, if I can get it going. There we go. And I'm gonna put one on this side and hold it. Give that a little second to grab. Then I'll do the other side and hold it. Okay, and that is our one side. We've got to do the same thing on this side. So we're gonna turn these little tabs down. Put a little glue on both of those. All right, and we're gonna bring this side of the box. And if you just hold it for a second, it will grab. Sometimes you have to do them one at a time. I get a little carried away and want to rush and finish. And then if you have any pieces that are stray, you're going to use your paper snips and just make sure that all your edges don't have any stray edges, because sometimes, you know, when we're cutting, we don't cut perfect. And so I always double check before I'm done that my box has all its little edges are so that it will lay straight. I think this side has another baby one. All right, I think we're good now. So that is going to be the part that sits on the inside that the eyeball is going to go into, okay? Let's talk about this box now. This is the bottom of the box, and just like we did the tabs for this piece, see how there's 4 tabs? We're going to do the same thing. We're going to start first on the front of our box. Adhesive on these 2 tabs. Let me grab my silicone mat because I like making messes and this helps me to behave myself. So I'm just going to put on the corners of those and I'm going to turn those in. So here's one. I'm going to hold that end. Let's turn this tab in. And there's that one. So there's the front of our box. Now we have to put these 2 tabs in here in the back. You guys see where it's coming? We're making our box now. So let's go ahead and put adhesive on these 2 tabs. Jasper is being so quiet and he's in here today. I was filming videos for YouTube for next week and he was the crazy bunny. Started making noises, biting things, doing what he wasn't supposed to. He likes getting attention when I'm talking, so I'm like shocked that he is so quiet today. He likes to be, you know, the star of the show. Okay, so there is my box. These tabs here are going to come in. And then this tab here is going to come inside. And see how we have a little box with room for the eyeball to stick outside? So what we're going to do next is we're going to take this form and we're going to stick it inside of our box. Okay. I'm letting it catch up to make sure that you guys can see because I'm sitting down and I can't see. Yeah, you can. Okay. So we're going to put the eyeball inside here. Okay. And we're going to turn these tabs in. And we're also going to turn this front tab in. And slide it in, and there's our eyeball box. Pretty cool so far. Doesn't it look creepy? Like, you could give this box like this to coworkers that are guys, don't you think? They would love it. They would think it's so cool to sit on their desk. I love this. I love it without even the monster on there. Okay, so now it's time to do our monster. So you guys know I just draw my own stuff, and I just take scrap paper and I trace onto a piece of scrap paper, and I drew the eyeball, and then I made the monster's head. And then this I decided was going to be the mouth at the bottom, and I cut a piece for the tooth, and so here's the tooth. We're going to cut two of those, one for this side and one for this side. And see how I flipped it over, and see how it's just scrap paper? I wanted to give him some horns, so he needs two of those. You're going to cut two of those, one for this side and one for this side. Again, see how it's scrap paper? And then, of course, he needed some wild hair. He's a monster. He has to be hairy, right? So we gave him kind of like a box mohawk type hair for the top of him. So let me tell you the colors that I use. So I used Tahitian Tide for this piece. Oh, there's Jasper. He's woken up. So I've used Tahitian Tide, and I just laid this onto my piece, and I just traced it, and then I cut it out with my scissors. And this pattern on Thursday, if you are subscribed to my newsletter, you'll be able to get this pattern. I have traced the hair onto the glittered, this one's Parakeet Party is the color. So here, see, there's his hair. Okay. I have two teeth that are just waiting. There's one there, one here. Okay, those are his teeths. I have his horns, two horns. All right. And then the last thing was I decided I wanted to give him a little bit of designer series paper, and I really love this pattern. Now this is from our Celebrate Everything, and both sides have a different pattern. But because the back of him was going to show if you flip the box over, I didn't want the back to look like this, to have these lines in it. So I took the same size scrap of the Tahitian Tide cardstock, and I'm going to glue these layers together, and then we're going to trace the last remaining piece. So let me grab my mat. I'm going to put some glue on this side. And I'm going to glue this to the back before I trace it, so that when we cut it out, when you flip it over, just like this one, you're going to see the same Tahitian Tide. You're not going to see that pattern on the back. So this is the mouth pattern. So you're just going to lay it, and I always do it backwards. And since this is kind of a straight edge here, I'm only going to trace this one side. So I'll grab my pencil. And I only need to trace this side. And the reason I flip the pattern over to the other side, not the front, is so I don't have to erase any marks, okay? So when I trim this out, I'm just going to follow along my line. There's his little mouth, and see the back is Tahitian Tide, so no worries. When you look from the back side, you're going to see something cute instead of something ugly. All right, now I'm going to outline. So I'm going to grab a scrap piece. Again, I keep scrap paper on my desk. So see all these little outlines? It just pops the monster, and I'm using my Stampin' Up marker. And I'll start with the mouth here. So you can do stitched. This time I'm just going to do continuous lines. So I'm just kind of following along, and I'm just going to try my best. You know, no one's perfect, so just take your time. And there is the line on that piece. Hopefully you guys can see that. I don't know if I'm in camera. Yeah, I am. Okay. And you can see that my lines aren't perfectly straight. I mean, I wiggle. I don't, you can use a ruler if you want to, but I just think it's handmade, and it's okay if there's some little wiggles in it, because that's what makes it look so cool, right? So here's one tooth. Let's do the other one. The reason I have this paper underneath is if I go off, I don't want to get it on my mat that's underneath me that I use every week for these lives, and so that's why I'm using this as my scrap. And see how I kind of went off to the side? It's okay, doesn't matter. Don't worry. We're not looking for perfection. We're just looking for a really fun project that everybody can do. And I'll connect at the bottom. That's one horn. Let's do the other one. One more, and then we'll do his hair and his face. Okay, there's the second horn. Let's do his hair. And when you do this, you're gonna have to just, it's kind of grainy, so you might have to go over it twice to get it as dark as you want, but that's okay. Jasper is running circles around me right now, the little stinker. He's so cute. I just love having him in here with me, talking to him. And he's trying to show out. He's so cute. Okay, we're almost done with this part. This is the hardest piece with the glitter, but I think it's worth it because I love the look of the sparkle in his hair. All right, and let's go ahead and complete the bottom. All right, let's set that to the side and let's do his face. All right, so I'm gonna go this direction, but you can go any direction you want. And you can see I can't do one continuous sweep. I hope you guys can see this really well on the camera. Let's see. And I'm just kind of following his little crazy hair here. And I didn't go around his eyeball area, but I suppose we can. So there is that. I mean, we could go around the circle if we want to. I'm going to leave it because I didn't last time. Come here, Jasper. If I can grab a hold of him, I will show you him, but he's a little bit skittish sometimes if he thinks we're going to grab him. So he might run. Oh, he did. But if I can grab him, I'll show him to you guys. All right. So what we're going to do next is we're going to figure out how we're going to attach this onto the box. Now, for those of you who don't know, we have dimensionals in black, and they're so cool. So because the box is black, I used dimensionals. I'm trying to show them to you. I don't know if you guys can see when I pull that back, but there's dimensionals there lifting up the project. You can kind of see them, but they're black in there. Anyway, the black is what makes them so cool because they don't show. Whereas if you had the white, the sides of them would be white. So I'm going to put one on each corner of this box on the lid here. And this is what I'm going to stick my little monster to. Now, I'm not going to pull the backs off of them yet because I want to make sure that everything is covered and that it looks good. Now, as you can see, this is how I'm going to do this. But before I do that, of course, the hair has to be attached right underneath here. And I need to mark that so it doesn't show. So I'm going to mark it with a pencil and I'm going to trim that away. Okay. That way it won't be in my way when I stick it here. And I have my hair on my monster. I want to move my hair over, I think, right there. All right, so let's see how that looks. That looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and glue that hair onto the monster. So I'm going to put wet adhesive. Again, let me grab my mat so I don't make a mess, my silicone mat. And I'm going to put the glue on the monster because I know that then I won't be outside. The lines, whereas if I put it on there, I don't know how far it's going to show. So we'll put that there. Let's lift him. Oops. Let's lift him and make sure. Yeah, I love it. Okay, let's make sure that that doesn't show. Move that back a little. Good. All right, so there's the hair on our monster. We're going to do the mouth now. So I'm going to just kind of lay this on top where it's going to be. And we want to glue the little teeth to the mouth. And we want to know, like, you know, where this mouth is going to be. I kind of want it up a little. So I'm going to cut the corners off of these ends. You're not going to see them because the mouth, remember, curves here. There we go. Perfect. So let's go ahead and move this to the side. I'm going to hold the mouth where it's going to live. And I'm going to slide these little teeth under. So I'm just going to put adhesive on the bottom. And I'm going to slide this little snaggle tooth under here. There's one. And I'm going to kind of angle it a little. Yeah. And then we'll put the other one. We're going to angle that one a little. Okay, there's his little teeth. Now we're going to put adhesive. I'm going to lift this up, this flap, and I'm just going to stick a little under there. Just like that. And you guys know I'm addicted to this eraser for the adhesive because I'm so messy when I put my glue on, and I love to use that. Okay, so let's throw these away. Now we got to add his little horns. And then he is ready to be attached onto the box. So we got to give him his little horns. All right, so we're going to do one on this side of his head, kind of touching that hair there. So again, just a little bit on this bottom. What do you guys think of him? Isn't he so cute? I think he's adorable. Yeah, and so if you guys have a Costco near you, you can get these eyeballs. If not, I'm sure you can order them on Amazon. Amazon has everything, don't they? So if you don't have a Costco, you can do the Amazon thing. Okay, so there's my little monster from the back. Okay. And if you want to add a little bit of adhesive to the teeth, I let mine be free because I kind of like that they kind of stuck up. We're going to go ahead and pull the backs off of our black dimensionals here. So let's pull one, and I'll bring them up to the camera so that if you've never seen these, they come in a combo pack. So you get black, minis, and regular sized. So there they are. Hopefully you can see that in camera and I didn't go too high. Yep, you can see it. So that's them. Pretty neat. We're gonna stick our monster over the top. We're gonna center that eyeball so that there's about the same amount of space showing all the way around him. Whoops, his little eyeball went flying. And now we will put his eyeball back in because I got a little carried away there, got excited. So you will turn these two sides in, they go down the sides. And then this piece here gets slid in the front of our box like that. And there is our cute monster twins. I think he turned out super cute. What do you guys think? I love him. If you guys haven't given me a thumbs up, please do so. I would appreciate that. Don't jinx poor Jasper. Jasper! I don't know where he is. Let me see if I can grab him so I can show you guys. Because he's a little stinker, but he does love to be in here, let me tell you. He loves it. I got him. Okay. Here he is. Oh, the camera's so close to him. Let's see if I can lay him kind of on his side. Here's his little eye. He's probably going, what is going on here? What is going on here, Grandma? Why are you putting me on your table? But this is him, my little grand bunny. And he is super fun and super cute. Let me turn him this way so you guys can see his little face. Hey, bud. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this project. Oh, he's walking around on my desk checking out the YouTube video right now. I have my iPad right there in the front where he is so that I could watch. All right, guys, I guess that's it. Please check out my website, inkyhandswarmhearts.com. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter, please do that as well. I'm so grateful to have you guys here. Thanks for watching, and please share my video. And I will see you guys next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer those for you. If not, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Me and Jasper are going to hit the road. You guys have a great day. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy Stampin'.